Hi everyone, welcome back to your channel Oracle Buddy. Hope you are doing good. In today's session, we will discuss on Oracle Retail Store Inventory Operation Cloud Services, which is also called SIOCS. So in last chapters, we discussed about introduction to SIOCS, SOCS and EICS, common usability and navigation, like how to access the EICS screen, then basic configuration like system configurations and store configurations. So further, we will discuss today on in chapter 3, EICS configuration and security. So in this chapter, we will discuss data setup in EICS, translation, security, and conclusion. So let's discuss about data setup in EICS first. In this, we will cover functionality found within the data setup menu of the inventory desktop application. The feature includes code information, delivery time slot, inventory adjustment reason, shipment reasons, sub-buckets, CFS, UM, UDA print setup, UIN level setup. So let's discuss one by one the subtopics. First, we will discuss about the code information. So just like in MFCS, we will have code head and code details. So in EICS also, we have code info screen here. So here you can see there are some system generated code infos. Along with that, we can have our custom generated code infos as well. So the code info is an admin screen for maintaining code information accessible by the code info screen where we can go to admin and data setup, but it requires permissions. User can create or edit code types, align values with the external merchandising system. In this screen, you can see the code type is there, code, description, sequence, and system is there. So if system is yes, so these are the system generated ones, and the description will be there. And if you want to add, so there is a plus button you can see, you can click on the plus, you can add the code type, code, description, sequence, and so system will be no for them. And then we have to click on the save button on the left hand side. So once we save it, our custom code info will be created. But we have to keep in mind that this code, same code info should be available in MFCS as well. Next, we will discuss about delivery time slot. The delivery time slot screen is used for creating, editing, and deleting delivery time slots, which are utilized for store orders. Accessible through the admin data setup menu with proper permissions. It initially provides the default time slot that must align with those of merchandising system, though they are not integrated. Each time lot requires unique alphanumeric code, a description, and a sequence for display order. It also features a publish indicator to determine if the time slot appear on store orders. Once created, a time slot can be edited except for the code or deleted if it is not linked to a store order. So here in the delivery time slot also, we can click on plus and then create your own delivery time slot. So here in the screen, we can see there are like 3 delivery time slots like morning, afternoon, and evening. So as needed by the business, we can add multiple delivery time slots. So once the delivery time slot is created and it is saved, it can be edited with the exception of the code, which is not editable. Delivery time slot can also be deleted as long as it is not attached to a store order. Next is inventory adjustment reason. So whenever we do a inventory adjustment in the EICS, so inventory adjustment reason code should be associated with it because it will tell us that for which purpose we are doing the inventory adjustment and from what should be the disposition. So disposition is basically like from which stock on hand bucket, which sub buckets it should be moved. Like the stock should be moved either from available to unavailable or unavailable to available. So for that purpose, inventory adjustment reason codes should be defined. So the inventory adjustment reason screen is an administrative screen for the creation and maintenance of the inventory adjustment reason codes within which will be used in the system. The reason codes are used within inventory adjustments. Upon initial install, a list of default inventory adjustment reason codes is available. So the reason code defined here are to match that of merchandising system. So here on the screen, you can see inventory adjustment reasons like one, wastage, shrinkage, repair, unit sales increase, stock on hand. Then on the next column, you can see use in indicator. So the reason code that have the use in UI indicator is set to yes appears as reason code in the inventory adjustment dialog. So whenever you are using a UI screen, if this reason code is not set up as use in indicator as yes, it will not be shown in your dialog box. Then the next column is like a disposition. Here you can see minus stock on hand, plus stock on hand, minus unavailable. We will discuss about this disposition and to sub buckets further in the session. So for now, like basically I will just give a overview. Like this will help us to tell like from which sub buckets these will be, like the stock on hand will be moved. So if the system is configured to use sub buckets, then the sub buckets are enabled. Sub buckets are linked with the inventory adjustment reason code to make it easy for users to move inventory to, from, and between sub buckets when adjusting unavailable stock. Then you can see there is a publish indicator also. So the publish indicator is used for integration purpose. If this checkbox is checked, the adjustment associated with the reason code are published upon completion of the inventory adjustment. So majorly, I will just tell what all. So like from 1 to almost like 188. So there are like these are the all the system generated reason codes are there, where like it can be set it like from these are the base ones, like one is wastage, two is shrinkage, and major important ones are like 87, which is stock count in plus stock on hand, 88, which is stock count in minus stock on hand. Then we will have 93, which is store customer return plus stock on hand. Then we have 182 stock in, 183 stock out, and we have 186 unit and amount late sale inventory adjustment increase stock on hand, and 187, which is unit and amount late sales inventory adjustment decrease stock on hand. So these are the major important ones which should be kept in mind. But we have other inventory adjustment reason codes as well, which are important, and you can see it in the inventory adjustment reason table. And then like we have like system reason codes that cannot be the ones which are like system reason codes that cannot be removed. But yeah, we can always have our custom one. So we can click on that plus button and create our own custom inventory adjustment reason code. If business wants to use their custom reason codes, they can add. Uh, But we have to keep in mind that those reason codes should be defined in the MFCS as well. Next is shipment reasons. So shipment reason is an administrative screen for the creation and maintenance of the shipment reason code to be used within the system. The reason codes are used within transfers, document, RTV, transfer shipment, and RTV shipments. Upon initial install, a list of default shipment reason codes will be available. The reason code defined here need to match of the merchandising system. So here you can see various different shipment reasons are there, like finisher, store, supplier, warehouse, and whether like codes are like FOU, unavailable inventory descriptions are there. Then inventory status, what type of inventory status change it will do, and sub buckets. So here, like we can have our custom shipment reason code also. Click on the plus button and we can add and click on the save to save it. Next is sub bucket. The menu sub bucket screen is for creating and managing sub buckets that will be further categorized unavailable inventory. When configured, sub buckets can be used in inventory adjustments, RTVs, and transfer linked to reason code that manage unavailable inventory. So here, like we have many available dispositions like minus stock on hand. If it is minus stock on hand, it implies like it will decrease the total stock on hand and decrease the available stock on hand. Plus unavailable, what it will do, it will decrease the available stock on hand and increase the unavailable stock on hand. Plus stock on hand, here the stock on hand will be increased and available stock on hand also will be impacted. Then negative unavailable, what it will do? It will increase the available stock on hand and decrease the unavailable stock on hand. So similarly, we have plus customer order reserve, minus customer order reserve, and we have combination of minus stock on hand and minus unavailable, and minus unavailable and also plus unavailable. So all these are available disposition. So based on that, the stock on hand buckets, sub buckets will be updated. Next is CFA, which is custom flex attributes. So the CFA screen is the admin screen for setting up and managing level flexible attributes for various transactions such as customer orders, inventory adjustments, and stock counts. These attributes can be configured with data type including text, date, decimal, and long, and can be defined minimum and maximum value ranges. Retailers can designate certain attributes as mandatory, like just how we have a CFA concept in MFCS, so we can set the CFA, same CFAs in SIOCS also, like the truck number and what type of data type will be, whether it will be a text or a date or decimal. So suppose if you are like importing a transfer from any other system and you want to hold that transfer number in a CFA field, just that business can know like from the legacy system what transfer number it was. So we can create our custom transfer number CFA as well to hold those transfer numbers or any shipment numbers or any type of CFAs like shipping date or anything. If we there is a custom field which needs to be stored for a transfer, whether it is the RTV or inventory adjustment, those CFAs can be created and utilized in SIOCS. Next is unit of measure. So unit of measure screen is an administrative interface for creating, editing, and deleting unit of measure within the system. So here in the screen also we can see like we have different like volume and mass. So area, dimensions, mass, liquid volume, quantity. So different unit of measures can be created here, which can be used. So code must align with those in the external system for accurate processing. Next is UDA print setup. The system generated tickets and labels automatically when user defined attribute values changes, configurable via UDA print setup function accessed through admin data setup in the desktop application. These settings are universal across all stores and require appropriate user permission. Users can manage printing option for ticket and labels by editing the UDA settings, lead to automatic generation based on the defined configuration when the items UDA change. So whenever the item UDAs are changing, so that time it will automatically print tickets. Like the printer setup, we can do it here. So here you can see the ID, then UDA, type, ticket, and label. So here you can see there is a sliding button, ticket yes or no. So whether you can create a UDA printer setup, whether it will generate ticket or not, you can mention it yes or no, or you can edit it also to suppose if you don't want to generate ticket, then you have to put it as no and click on apply and save to do that. Next is the UIN level setup. The UIN level setup screen allow user to customize UIN names for displays on various application screens and reports, such as serial number, IMI number, license number. Accessed via admin data setup, UIN level users can add new labels and description, ensuring the entered code matches the external system for accurate processing. Once saved, the system recognizes label by its code for use throughout the application. So here you can see the code is like serial number, IMI number, license number. So all these can be set up here. So unified identification number can be set here. You can use it like anything like during the transportation, like you can save your license number or plate number of truck, anything we can set it up here and we can create our custom ones as well. Next is translation. So the translation setup screen in the desktop application allow maintenance of translation and the server side translations like text type, career reason course. It supports various locales including Arabic, Chinese, English, Spanish, among others. Additional extension hooks are available for new locales like Albanian, Hindi, and Vietnamese. So retailer must add translation for these additional languages defaulting to English when no translation exists. New server-side translation records can only be added via data setup screen. So if the user selects bundle type as operation CUI, the list of client-side keys will be listed for the locale selected and the user will be able to maintain them. If the user selects bundle type as server, the list of server-side keys will be listed for the locale selected and the users will be able to maintain them. So here you can see like translation setup screen. The translation setup screen is accessed through the admin menu and require access translation permission to display. By default, an empty table is shown, which is will populating by selecting a locale. Users can edit translation records and description with any updates reflecting immediately in both mobile and desktop application. It can be achieved by export import file as well. The user will be able to update translation in bulk using export import feature provided in the screen. That is achieved by importing a file which has the update translation for particular language. Next important topic is security. So the following topics are described here, like we will discuss on the role-based security, role maintenance screen, role detail screen, user assignment, and user detail screen. So here, first we will discuss about role-based security. So the desktop application implements role-based user access control to manage functionality and data access aligned with the organization structure. The system enhances customization, maintenance, and overall security management, facilitating customer implementation with while ensuring flexibility. User privileges give assigned to roles which are then linked to users without the necessary permission. Certain features remain inaccessible. Security is external managed through LDAP, where user details are maintained and authenticated while users profile, including store and role assignments, are configured within the desktop application. So there can be various roles, like suppose in store operations, one can be a clerk, one can be a manager, one can be an analyst. So different people will work on the store. So in the SIOCS application or EICS application, there were different multiple screen, like inventory screens is there, item screen is there, lookups are there. So all the users should not have the authority to do certain operations. So for that, this role-based security is very important. So we can set up like first what we will do, we will do a user creation like first name, last name, and password. And we have also have like suppose if you want to do reset password and delete users, so that also operations can be done. So first a user will be created and then the groups will be assigned, like for which group it is like mentioned, and then for those groups like what roles will be assigned, like so those all should be maintained here. So during installation, the cloud engineering team established the initial admin user for the customer access to OIM. Subsequently, customer can set up additional users and assign necessary group based on the role, such as integration users for web service access, batch users for executing batches. Roles for users are assigned within the desktop application. So in this chapter, we will cover on role maintenance, like creating new rules, updating view and delete roles, assigning and revoking permission for a role. User maintenance, viewing user detail, assigning and revoking stores for a user, assigning and revoking roles for a user, viewing the group assigned to a user. So in SIOCS, like many users will be there. Suppose like in the store operation, like thousands of users are there. So like suppose a store one is there and store two, three, four are there. So we don't want the store two users to access the store one. So for that security measures, we have like role maintenance screen where like we will mention the roles and the role details and permission assigned to them, like whether they can create a transfer or not, whether they can approve a stock count or not, whether they can approve the stock count results or not. So those all roles are there which we can set up in this system. So here you can see the role maintenance screen. So here we have like a administrative role, a manager role, what will be the description, role type, and end date, whether it is required or not. So for creating, we need to click on the create new and create your new role. In the role details, so once this you can see the blue like administrator in the blue. Once you click on that administrator, so it will go into the role details screen, and here there you can see like the role name is administrator, role type is corporate, designation is administrator, end date is required or not, and the permissions assigned to it. You can see the admin, access ad hoc stock count tolerance, access admin, access auto receive stores. All these permissions are there which you can assign. So you can see the right assigned is ticked. So the roles which are assigned should be ticked, and which are not, you can uncheck them and save it. Next is user assignment screen. The screen displays the list of users who have the access to the store that security users have logged in. It is the admin screen used by the security users to view user detail, assign roles and stores, view group assigned to you. You will be able to mass assign the roles to the store to users. This can be done by importing the file which contains the details about assignment. So here in the assignments, you can see like different usernames are there, username, last name, create date, login date. So all these are there. So once you click on any of the user, so the application administrator job window will open. Here you can see more details on those user information. So the screen can be reached by clicking on the username of the assignment screen. So final, we have like conclusion. So in this chapter, we discussed on the functional overview, detailing data setup, translation, and security features of the EICS. Thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions, you can post your queries or doubts on the comment section and I will respond to them. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a nice day.